Megaprojects are the reason why humanity is not living in the Stone Age like primitive creatures fighting over fish and hunting grounds. Every single major ancient city came into existence as megastructures were built. Today, these megastructures are tourist destinations. As humanity evolved, old cities expanded and new ones were formed as a direct result of new and modern industrial, energy, technology, and construction megaprojects. So, love or hate megaprojects, they are the engine that brought people together, encouraged travel and tourism, led to globalization and modern international trade, and allowed the human race to turn dreams, inventions, and innovation into productive, positive creations. However, some megaprojects are nothing less or more than destroyers of worlds. Today, we will cover some of these most destructive megaprojects and how every single one of them can or is already leading to the destruction of humanity and even planet Earth. Let's first clear the air because there are far too many people in the world who do not like nor know the history of megaprojects and their effects on humanity. These same people tend to even protest green energy megaprojects. But the truth is, if megaprojects did not exist, there would not be highways, railways, and bridges connecting our cities and nations. We would not have hydro dams, nuclear power plants, wind and solar energy farms, and instead, coal-fired power plants would still be the main source of electricity. We also would not have skyscrapers and large high-rise developments, thus cities would be about 400% larger and void of green space. We also would not have large malls, ski resorts, and theme parks, and I cannot imagine a world void of fun. We would also not have barrages, wastewater treatment plants, and dams. Thus, we would be living and farming like our ancient ancestors, always waiting and looking out for the next flood, and waiting for rain to farm and wash off all the accumulated sewage in rivers and lakes. Additionally, we would definitely not have the pyramids of Giza and the Eiffel Tower, among many of the other ancient wonders. You know what? Without megaprojects, we would not also have space programs, NASA, the International Space Station, and half of the people of the planet would be flatheads, believing that the planet Earth is flat. Without megaprojects, the world would be a very different place. Plain, dull, boring, limited, unconnected, and frankly, we probably would not have the United Nations, Geneva Conventions, and human rights. Just watch some of our videos, and you will see how so many countries solve serious problems that threaten the future of their people and economy via mega and giga projects. Okay, it is time now to deliver what we promised. So here are some of the most destructive mega projects since the beginning of the 18th century. You have probably recently seen the huge buzz about the movie Oppenheimer, about the invention and use of the first nuclear weapon. The project was huge and involved the construction of numerous secret mega underground facilities to produce the materials and equipment needed to build the first nuclear bomb. Today, America, Russia, China, India, Israel, France, and the United Kingdom possess unbelievable amounts of nuclear and hydrogen bombs mounted on ballistic missiles and merely waiting to be used. Right now, there are American, Chinese, Indian, and Russian nuclear submarines carrying enough nuclear and hydrogen bombs to turn the whole planet into a cancerous, radioactive death zone. This is why the Manhattan Project was not just the most destructive megaproject ever, but also the trigger for endless, similar, immensely destructive megaproject projects. Nuclear weapons megaprojects are also very, very expensive. For example, the USA will spend around $760 billion on its nuclear forces between 2023 and 2032. By the way, the development of nuclear weapons did not lead to the invention of nuclear power reactors. The science of atomic radiation, atomic change, and nuclear fission was developed from 1895 to 1945. Nuclear scientists were well on their way to inventing nuclear power reactors, including ones for propelling massive ships before the Manhattan Project began. However, World War II diverted all attention and resources to building nuclear weapons. The second most destructive megaproject on our list today has to do with yet another type of weapon of mass destruction. Humans love to find new and terrifying ways of destroying each other. Usually, governments fund such weapons programs, private corporations reap the profits, and the rich get richer. In many circumstances, such private corporations invent bioweapons of mass destruction and then offer them to their prospective government for sale. Biological warfare dates as far back as 1155, when Emperor Barbarossa of the Roman Empire poisoned the water supply of his enemies with human corpses. But the foundation of microbiology opened up a whole host of terrifying possibilities for deadly pathogens and delivery methods that will give you nightmares. As of 2023, most experts believe that if humanity got wiped out of the face of the earth, it would be due to a weaponized virus bioengineered in some lab, probably in the USA, UK, France, China, North Korea, or Russia, and it would be airborne, extremely contagious, and unstoppable. You want to hear madness? The UK and USA began about 2 decades ago developing biological weapons that target people based on genes. So such a weapon would, for example, target and kill all Chinese or black people, but would not harm the other races. Think of the Ebola virus, but airborne, and kills infected people only based on the presence of a specific gene. Yikes! Next on the list is what we like to call the historical assassin of advancements in batteries, electric engines, EVs, and solar planes. Number 3 will shock you. It is the combustion engine. Believe it or not, the battery and electric engine came before the combustion engine. Even solar panels were invented before semi-effective combustion engines were created. Here is a brief history. The first true battery was invented by the Italian physicist Alessandro Volta in 1800. Around 1832, Robert Anderson developed the first crude electric vehicle, and starting in the 1870s, electric cars began to become somewhat practical and became effective starting in 1890. Meanwhile, the first primitive gasoline-fueled 4-stroke cycle engine was built in Germany in 1876 and did not become sort of acceptable and semi-practical until 1886, when Carl Benz became the first commercial production of motor vehicles with internal combustion engines. By the 1890s, motor cars reached their modern stage of development. Nearly 85% of all CO2 produced every day comes, in the first place, from the use of combustion engines in the production of electricity, transportation, industrial, mining, and farming operations, and construction equipment and machinery. The combustion engine is simply everywhere and in everything. The first combustion engines were built in facilities that constituted mega projects. Such facilities were nothing but mega alien structures with insane equipment for people back then. Indeed, the combustion engine is perhaps one of the top 5 most important inventions ever. However, it literally killed the battery, electric engine, solar panels, and even the extensive use and development of hydro dams, which have been around since 1881. The reason the combustion engine assassinated all other clean technologies and made them nearly obsolete is that oil is free, cheap to refine, and generates colossal profits. The next winner on our list today is the coal power plant. The first coal power plant was the Holborn Viaduct Power Station, named the Edison Electric Light Station, which was the world's first coal-fired power station to generate electricity for public use. It was built in 1882. Since then, coal has taken over the realm of electricity generation, and even today, as the media and some politicians have you convinced that coal is phased out, in reality, it still produces around 30% of all electricity on the planet and is the main reason why China alone produces nearly 27% of all CO2 emissions. Sadly, India, whose population hit 1.5 billion in August 2023, is aggressively building many coal power stations. The US is the second largest producer of CO2 and other pollutants after China, and as of 2023, nearly 20% of its electricity comes from coal. The reason coal is hard to get rid of is the abundance of the resource, and the fact that using coal-fired steam turbines to generate electricity is quite affordable, productive in terms of wattage, and very profitable. Please accept our sincere apologies for the bad and accurate negative news we delivered today. And please make sure to check out some of our other videos, and do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Thank you.